Disappointing day, obviously. I'm proud of our guys in the second half and the way they competed and, mounted a spirited second half and the way we competed and got back to doing what we needed to do. But, trying to overcome, those two crucial turnovers in the first half, 3 in total. But, obviously, the interception return and certainly the interceptions in the first half were crucial in the sack fumble. So, you spot a great team like Oklahoma, 14 points. You're putting yourself in a tough situation. Hats off to Oklahoma. I thought they played extremely well. Coach Stoops and his staff, have a lot of respect for them and the way they compete. Class organization and a team and a program that we really enjoyed competing against. It's a program that we really enjoyed the home and home with them. Again, our goal here was to certainly try to find a way to run the football more effectively and. We were able to do that. We just, again, I think I go back to the turnovers for us were too much to overcome. So with that, I'll open up the questions.
Raise your hand. Brian, up in front.
Yeah.
Just sort of evaluate both your rush offense today, kind of getting that on track, and then what you felt like you got out of Tommy today, turnovers and just completion percentage.
Well, I mean, it's all part of it. It's running the football effectively, and then, we don't want to put Tommy in a position where he's got to carry the whole load, and so we thought that, the second half, we were able to get into a position where we ran the football, play action pass, some quick throws. That's how we want to play. We don't want to put this whole thing on Tommy. It's everybody. We always go back to the quarterback around here, but this is about 11 players. We don't execute on the offensive line in the first fumble. We don't run the right route. I mean, it's natural for everybody to go back to the quarterback, but there's 11 players out there, so we just have to do a better job of taking care of the football.
Coach, you guys lose your second game over here. Lose your second game this early in the season. The talk all offseason was making it back to a BCS game. How much in jeopardy is that now with 2 losses?
Don't really care about that stuff. I mean, that's for you guys to talk about. I got a football team here that we're trying to develop and work with, and you guys can have your own comments and decide what that means, and you can put us in whatever bowl you want. We're dealing with our players. We got to coach better. We got to develop our players better. I'll let you guys decide, what that means.
So, you got a zone read look from Andrew Hendricks today. What brought that package out today, and how do you think he played?
We're just trying to diversify the offense a little bit. Trying to add some more looks, and he's got some work to do. We got to continue to work with him, and but I think it gives us some things that the defense has to defend as well with him in there.
I think last week you talked a little bit about getting off to that quick start with your teams and how that's been a little bit of a problem. Is there something that you see that you diagnose why they have a little trouble get out of the gates?
Look, if I knew what that was, I would not be standing here right now. I mean, I'd be doing something else. So I've been in this. This is my 23rd year as a head coach. You never expect to not pick up the simplest of stunts and have your quarterback get the ball stripped, and you never expect not to run the right route when you're supposed to. You never expect those things, but they happen.
lastly,
That's why we have ulcers in this business. So you go back, you got to coach, you got to do a better job communicating, because ultimately it falls on me. We lost today. And so that goes in the ledger as a loss. So we got to go back and we got to communicate better. We didn't do a good enough job communicating. We got to coach better. We have to do a better job in making sure that those things don't happen again.
George, for a bright spot, had kind of a big game today. Was that
Mike, can you get some water? Thanks.
was that how you expected him to run when he came into the season? As sort of
We
that
didn't think George
confident-
ran physical enough. We told him that. We told him if he wanted to be the starter, that he can't get tackled by his ankles. He can't be a guy that goes down. He's 220 pounds, and I thought he ran the ball today like I expect George Atkinson to run the ball. He's got to do that every week. He shouldn't be tackled by his ankles, and he showed that today, and I hope he brings that game with him each and every week, because it was sure fun to watch George Atkinson run today. Wasn't it fun to watch him run? That's the way he should run each and every week. I think he's capable of doing that, and we just need that from him consistently.
Brian, right here, over here.
Yes, sir.
43 seconds to go in the second quarter. You're down 2 scores. 1st and 10 at the 20. You have 3 timeouts and the wind at your back. The decision to just go into the formation to down the ball and not try to maybe get a field goal in that situation?
43 seconds wasn't enough time, in my estimation.
Coach, how difficult was the beginning in order to follow your original offensive scheme? And in this offensive scheme, did you contemplated to use more Troy Nicholas and Ben Kojak?
No, we didn't abandon anything down 14-0. We stayed with our game plan. We didn't abandon anything. We stayed with, we moved Hendricks into the game. I thought we stayed within ourselves, got another score on the board. Didn't change much at all. Thought we stayed patient with it.
Okay, and one more question. You guys are going to the AT&T Stadium. 2 weeks ago.
I can't hear you.
Okay, 2 weeks ago, the one team from Mexico, the Monterrey Tecnológico, they played at AT&T Stadium 2 weeks ago. They beat Texas A&M Kingsville 40-37 in triple overtime. Despite of the logistics, would you appreciate it? Would you like to have in the same weekend one type of these games of a Mexican team at the AT&T Stadium next to like a Notre Dame game, or in the same weekend?
Sure.
Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
Brian, off to your right. Whatever it means, I mean, 2 losses before the end of September obviously is probably 2 more than you guys hoped for with high expectations. What do you drill down on now to make sure that they're in a good space going forward? What do you drill down on, I guess, X's and O's wise to make sure it's shored up going forward?
I don't think there's anything really in terms of X's and O's, Brian. I think what you saw out there is that we have to play better, individually, collectively, unit-wise, across the board. I think we have to coach better. We have to communicate better. I think this is just about us and we more than it is about 2 losses, 3 losses, 4 losses, and just keep developing our football team to play better collectively as a unit, a group, individually. The guys that you saw out on the field are the guys we have, and we got to get them to play better consistently. As I said, I'm really proud of the way they competed in the second half. Our defense was salty. When they needed to be, I thought we gave up one play that we'd love to have back. The quick slant where we let Shepard inside, just something that shouldn't happen. Other than that, we were doing a really good job defensively against a very good offense. Again, coulda, woulda, shoulda for us. We're close. We're not there yet. We got some work that we need to continue to build on.
Brian, over here, sometimes after emotional loss, it fuels a team to be better, and sometimes it kind of pulls at the seams of what did you see from your team after this game?
Nothing of consequence other than disappointment in the loss and the recognition that as a group we all need to get better, and they're all accountable. I mean, this is a group that each one of them knows why we lost the game. You know, each coach, each player in that locker room. This is a transparent group. There's nobody in there that is pointing a finger. There's only thumb pointers in there. We're 4 years into our program. We know clearly what needs to be done, and we'll get back to work on Tuesday and work to get better.
You mentioned earlier that it's not just the quarterback, it's everybody. What do you want to see from this offense now that the running game came through? I mean, what is the answer to get the offense going?
Well, if run the football and stay out of predictable situations. We're down 14 points, and I've got to go 5 wide receivers against a really good defense that matches up well against teams that do that. This defense was built to do the things that we were doing down 14 points. That's what I didn't want to do. I wanted to be in 2 tight ends, and I wanted to run the football, and I wanted to run play action, and I wanted to be able to control the game that way. We got down uncharacteristically threw the ball away and had sacks, and those aren't what we do, and that's not going to be our prescription for success. So offensively, you just can't turn the football over the way we did. If we take care of the football, we might be in overtime right now. Who knows? But the bottom line from this offense is take care of the football, play good defense, and these kids will battle their butts off and find a way to win.
Coach, off to your right. In regards to the Hendricks package, was there something specific you saw in Oklahoma's defense that you wanted to counter? Or there was an opportunity which brought it out this week?
No, there was nothing in the Oklahoma package other than that we wanted to be a little bit more diversified, help our third down package, make sure that now you had to defend the quarterback, and really just simply give us some more options in third and short. As you know, we struggled in some third and short situations. So that was primarily the reason for Andrew in there.